How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA analyst. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my custom tactics and player instructions that I am rocking at the minute on Foot Champions. We tend to do these once a month or so. I just go through my ultra defensive, my defensive, my attacking and my ultra attacking tactics, just so you guys know what is going on and you know exactly what I am running when it comes to it. If you do enjoy the video, please let me know by dropping a like. You can also subscribe to the channel. We do upload every single day at 5 p.m. We do also stream over on twitch.tv/FIFA analyst every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. That is the best place for you to come on over, ask any questions, get live help and all of that good stuff. We're going to go ahead and jump straight into it, guys. This is the team that we're rocking at the minute. Obviously, we've been doing the upgradables challenge over on the stream, which you guys have been massively enjoying. If you want to see that live tonight, you want to get involved, if you missed the first episode, the link's up above, head on over to the live stream tonight at 8 p.m. But let's go ahead and jump into it. We're going to start off with our ultra defensive 4-3-3 formation. This is what I'm going to use if I want to see out a game. Again, I'm hiding the tactics from you. You guys that just quickly click along, trying to cheat. Going to go through it a different way. So this is the formation which I am going to be rocking when I am basically trying to see out a game. I've got no intention of scoring. All I want to do is hold the ball, make sure the opponent doesn't really get a look in and all of that good stuff. For defensive style here, we're going to go on balanced. I don't want to go on to drop back. I don't want to invite too much pressure on, if I'm honest. Balanced is the sweet spot for me here. I have 4 width and 4 depth. As I talk about this a lot, I tend to have a 4 width as a whole across a lot of these formations with the whole purpose that we're trying to emulate overload ball side to a degree, that the team's a little bit narrower and we're going to give a little bit more space over on the wings. Not a massive amount, but a little bit more. 4 depth because I don't want to invite too much pressure on with trying to see the game out. Ideally, if I'm going to hold the ball, I want it to be in the opponent's half, not in my own. So I don't want to be down on 1 here. I want to be on 4. That is good when you are trying to see out the game. Offensive style, we are going to go with possession. We want to make sure that we've got every man coming short for the ball, not making runs in behind. I don't want any of that. I just want a simple pass in. If I want them to run in behind, I will use L1 or LB to play a 1-2, send the winger going down there as well for us. When it comes to width, I'm going to sit with 4. Now, when it comes to players in box, we are going to be going on 1 here. Pretty simple. We don't really want anyone getting forward. If a chance arises for us to score, we will try and take it. However, if it's easier for us to go back and recycle the play and ideally just keep the ball, that's what we'll tend to do in this formation. It is pretty much what we use to make sure that the opponent doesn't get a sniff in. Having the wingers just means that they're always there for the option, but having those 2 centre defensive mids and a centre mid is absolutely crucial. We can use those triangles. We can use the centre backs if we need to as well. When it comes to the instructions, I always have come across this sweeper keeper on my keepers as a whole. If you've got a solid keeper, you can do this. If you're running like Areola still, I probably wouldn't recommend it so much. When it comes to the fullbacks here, we're going to go stay back while attacking. I'm not going to have them on overlap as I normally do. I just literally want them to stay back. They've got no intentions of going forward. For our 2 CDMs, we're going to go with cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking and cover centre. The whole purpose is here is that they're just going to sit in that centre mid role, not really go too forward and just sit in front of the defence. Simple as that. For our centre mid, we are going to tell them to stay back while attacking as well. I don't really want them going too far forward. If a chance does arise for them to move forward, you do that manually. You don't want the computer to do that for you. And then when it comes to the defensive position, we have them on cover wing because obviously you haven't really got too much width in terms of your central plays here. You want that man to be the one that's running around like a little dog chasing the ball, making sure he's putting pressure on. For our striker, I leave them completely unbalanced. You could have this on come short if you wanted to, which is just, no, not there. Sorry, where is it? There. You could have come back on defense if you wanted to do that and stay central if you wanted. But for me, I want to have him at least left up a little bit. I don't want him like coming back too much that I've not got a way out of defence, if that makes sense. For our wingers, we have on come back on defence and stay wide. The purpose is here is that I want to be able to use them out on the wing if they are there. And come back on defence just means that you are compact. It's very, very difficult for the opponent to score a goal. So that's what we rock on there. If you want to take a screenshot of it, pop it on your tactics, you are more than welcome to. When it comes to 4-4-2, this is our go-to formation at the minute. I find in the patch, 2 striker formations are the king, right? I just find that the 1-2s looking for the near post is easier to pull off when you are playing with a 4-4-2, 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. 4-2-3-1 is still very, very good at the highest level. I think for a lot of people, if you're trying to have an even game, if you're playing against someone that's on the same level, if not better, 4-2-3-1 is good. But if you know you've got that slight edge on your opponent, playing two strikers up front just makes it a lot easier to try and get the goals. The quick 1-2s, the first time fake shots, the drag backs, the ball rolls, and so on. When it comes to this formation, we're going to go with balanced on there. We're going to stick with the normal 4 width. However, something very different here. This is mainly because of the team that I'm using at the minute. I would normally run 4 depth or 3. I'm running 2 at the minute. This is because of the team that I'm using. I mean, at the minute we've got Harry Maguire in defence, slabhead. So maybe I'd normally have this on 3 or 4. I'll be honest though, it's been working quite well. I haven't found myself being too much under pressure. I've still been able to play quick attacking football and go forward, so it is a little bit different. I want you to let me know as well, what formation do you want me to go in depth to next? We have done 4-1-2-1-2 this week. Would you like us to do 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2? Put that down in the comment section below on which one you'd like us to do. When it comes to the attack, we are going to stick with balanced, and we're also going to go with 4 on the width and 4 for players in box. We want players to get forward and make runs most like on an average time, but we don't want them to be like making it all the time. So 4 or 5 is kind of the sweet spot for this particular formation. Works really well for us. Just means that we have the runs coming forward from the CMs every now and then, but ideally for me, I want to use the L1 or LB to get those 1-2 instructions going. When it comes to our instructions, again, keeper comes across as sweeper keeper. I have stay back while attacking on my fullbacks and overlap. I normally run balanced fullbacks. In the 4-4-2, I prefer it with stay back while attacking. With 4-2-3-1, I find balanced fullbacks are better. 4-4-2, stay back while attacking is better. Because the 4-4-2 is a little bit more attacking than the 4-2-3-1, you leave yourself a little bit open, in my opinion, if you are going to run fullbacks unbalanced. When it comes to the wingers, I don't touch them. They stay absolutely neutral. Nothing changed on there. That's how I've always run my wingers. Back in the day, I used to come back on defence, but I just found that the 4-4-2 wasn't consistent enough for me then. But you can try that if you find that you are a little bit too weak, but just be aware that you're going to struggle to attack with the formation as well. Kante and Pogba. Now, I used to run one of these on balanced, which really helped. Recently, though, I found that when I was doing that, I was being caught out on the counter-attack quite a bit, and I found that it just leaked goals more. 4-4-2 is a great formation to score goals, but it does have its downside to conceding. This just gives you that little bit more stability. Ideally, you want to use your 1 centre mid who is a bit better of attacker to go forward, but at least when they're on stay back while attacking, the CPU will mainly keep them there unless you send them on a run yourselves. Cover centre as normal. For my 2 strikers, I have one of them on balanced and the other one on getting behind. The idea is that the one will always kind of show in front for you, and the other one's always looking to make that running behind. When they're unbalanced, it means that they will come short, they will look for getting behind or whatever. They find the best of both worlds given the situation on the game. That works well for me, having 2. If you have both of them on getting behind, sometimes you can find that they're making too many runs in behind. You never have a pass on and all of that good stuff. So then, moving on to the next formation, which is going to be the 4-2-3-1. A little bit different. I haven't played this formation a massive amount on the recent patch. As I said, I do prefer having the players with the formations with the 2 strikers up front. We are going to be running 4 and 3 on here. Again, 4 width, you find that's just what I've run on defense. I think it's absolutely perfect. Lovely, lovely little sweet spot for it, as I've already touched on for you. When it comes to the offensive style here, we're going to go with balanced. I used to run possession back in the day on 4-2-3-1. I find at the minute balanced is perfect for 4-2-3-1. Possession, I really, really struggle to create enough chances. While is balanced gives you the best of both worlds, gives you absolutely everything that you do need as well. Then when it comes to the attacking side of this, we are going to be running 4 and then 5 for players in box. I found that when I used to run 1 players in box, I really struggled to break into the opponent's box. What I talk about a lot at the minute, given the changes to shooting and whatnot over the last few patches, getting into the box and looking for that near post is absolutely crucial. You want more players in the box. The more players in the box, you've got the option to play a pass into, try and get the shot off as quick as possible. However, counter argument to it, if someone's playing drop back, the more players you've got in the box, you've got the less chance of keeping the ball because you won't have a pass onto a man on the edge of the box. So if you want to, try 3 here, but 5 is what I run at the minute on this particular formation, but I don't play a massive amount. If I'm playing against someone who is better than me, I will play the 4-2-3-1 because it is a more solid overall formation, but it won't score you the most amount of goals. So, counter argument there to it. When it comes to the instructions here, stay back while attacking and overlap for the fullbacks. Again, this is team related. I do prefer having balanced on this. If my team was better, they would be balanced. Your personal preference. I've done a lot of videos on how to attack with fullbacks. Make sure you check that out if you haven't already. Then when it comes to the actual centre defensive mids, I have one of them on cut passing line, stay back while attacking. The other one unbalanced. I want the one of them to provide support when they are going forward. I have stay forward on my central cam, and I have come back on defence on the right attacking mid and left attacking mid. New addition for me here. With the 4-2-3-1, I want to basically make sure that the opponent hasn't got a sniff of getting into my box or my goal. Having those right attacking mid and left attacking mid on this just means that they come back. It makes it very hard for the opponent to find that little space and that little gap in there for you. And then for the striker, I have on getting behind. Again, if you haven't got the quickest of striker, balance can work here as well. Moving on to the last formation, which is the 4-1-2-1-2. This is the formation which I will use when I am trying to chase a game and get a goal back, just bringing over the tactics. This is very similar to the video that I did last week. However, I have changed one thing, and that is press after possession loss. Everything else is the exact same. I normally run balanced on this. Because I've now realised that this is my formation I want to use to get a goal back in the game, I just need to be able to press a little bit more. So I'll press down and left on the D-pad and go to team press as well, which is the equivalent of going to constant pressure on here. Press after possession loss if you want to do that without going to that team press as well. The 4-4-2 is my go-to formation. The 4-2-3-1 is the formation if I know the opponent is equally as good or better, I will use that. The 4-3-3 I use to see out a game, and the 4-1-2-1-2 I use to chase a game. If I am losing in the 70th minute, 2-1 down, I need a goal, that is a formation that I will go to. In terms of the instructions, if you want a more in-depth analysis of this formation and how it plays out, check out the 4-1-2-1-2 video. I'll put a link up above if you want to check that out. You're more than welcome to. Instructions are the same as that. Getting behind for the strikers, stay forward for the one cam, cut passing lane, stay back while attacking, and cover centre, that should be. And then for the two outer CMs, they are left completely unbalanced. And then for the fullbacks, I am going to run stay back while attacking and overlap on them as well. Again, the one I use when I'm chasing a game. It will score you a lot of goals, but you will also be left open at the back. So that is one thing to take into account. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed this video. As I said, I'm going to be doing these once a month or so if anything massively changes, just because I know that you guys always want to know what I am using and why I am using them as well. It just keeps you guys up to date. I do want to thank you all very much for watching this one. If you have enjoyed, let me know by smashing that like button. You can subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow at 5 PM UK time. Bye-bye.